This is section 13.4, Advantages of Home Ownership. Please make sure you've watched the video about how to use My Calculator, the loan payment online website, before this video. A loan amortization schedule is a table detailing each payment on a loan through regular payments, including principal, interest, and balance due. Example 1. You wish to purchase a $1,200 sofa, but you only have $200 for a down payment. A local furniture store offers to loan you $1,000 at 18.5% if you agree to pay off the balance in 12 equal monthly payments. Using the main loan calculator at mycalculators.com, set your payment due to January 2020. Select View Schedule with date and annual interest paid. Press View the amortization schedule and fill in the table. Pause the video and complete that task. Here is the principal paid each month. You can see that the principal paid and the interest paid. The principal paid increases each month, and the interest you're paying decreases each month throughout the year. Until December, your balance due is $0. Total paid for the $1,000 loan is $1,103.02. $1,000 in principal and $103.02 in interest. Use the My Calculator website again to find the number of months to pay off the loan. By the time you graduate from Millersville this month, your accumulated college loan balance will be $50,000. Your income will support monthly payments of $500 a month. The interest rate is fixed at 6.5%. When you are paying back your student loans, a lot of times your payment is based on your income. So based on your income, that's where the $500 a month monthly payment comes from. Using My Calculator, the principal is $50,000. The monthly payment is $500. The interest rate is 6.5%. Your number of months, how many years and how many months, calculates to 144.42 months, which comes to 145 months. Divide by 12 to find the years and months, and it's 12 years and 1 month. Example 3. You wish to purchase a home and can spend $1,000 per month for mortgage payments. Use the loan calculator to determine the maximum amount you can borrow if the interest rate for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. 30 years means it's a 360-month loan. 4% interest, what's the max principal amount you can borrow? 5% interest, what's the max principal amount you can borrow? 8% interest, what's the max principal amount you can borrow? Again, pause the video and make these calculations. At 4% interest, the max principal amount you can borrow is $209,461.24. At 5.5% interest, the most you can borrow is $176,121.76. And at 8% interest, the most you can borrow is $136,283.49. Having determined your monthly payment, the interest rate determines the amount you can offer the seller. As interest rates rise, the amount you can offer the seller decreases. Example 4, you wish to purchase a home and can spend $1,000 per month. You need to borrow $150,000. Use the loan calculator to find the amount of monthly payment and the total amount of principal plus interest paid over the life of a 15-year loan at 3%, a 20-year loan at 4%, and a 30-year loan at 5%. Pause the video and make these calculations. The 15-year loan, your monthly payment would be $1,035. Total principal plus interest, $186,457.18. Total interest paid over those 15 years is $36,457.18. 20-year loan, you can see the interest rate increased from 3% to 4%. You're paying 5 years longer on the loan. Your monthly payment decreases to $908.97. Principal plus interest is $218,152.97. And your interest paid is $78,152.97. Higher interest rate, paying another 5 years, your interest paid increases. 30-year loan at 5%, your monthly payment is down to $805.23. Your total principal plus interest is $289,885.57. For your total interest paid is $139,885.27. If you compare that 15-year loan to the 30-year loan, the interest paid is more than $100,000 more. Calculating the $150,000 loan at 15 years and 3.5%, 20 years at 3.5%, and 30 years at 3.5%. This time we're just keeping our interest rate the same, but changing our time that we took out the loan for. Go ahead and pause the video and make these calculations. Okay, the 15-year loan at 3.5% is $1,072 for your monthly payment. Total principal and interest is $193,000, and your interest paid is roughly $43,000. If you increase the time of that loan another 5 years, you can see the decrease in the monthly payment to $869.94. Your total principal and interest is $208,785.57, and your interest paid is $58,785.57. Going to a 30-year loan, your monthly payment is down to $673.57. Your total principal and interest, $242,483.30. And your interest paid is $92,483.30. Your monthly payment decreases because you've extended the length of the loan. However, your interest paid increases. The total cost of a loan increases as the time to pay off the loan increases. Let's talk about inflation. Inflation is the rise in price level over a period of time. Inflation decreases the value of the dollar over time. Inflation helps borrowers because money they repay is worth less than the money they borrowed. Inflation decreases your mortgage interest rate. And if the annual inflation rate is R%, T years from now, an item that costs $A today will cost A times 1 plus the rate to the T power dollars. Example 6. If the annual inflation rate is 2%, how much will groceries that cost $100 today cost 1 year from now? Using the formula A times 1 plus R to the T, substituting in, 1 year from now, those groceries will cost $102. 5 years from now, to the 5th power, the groceries will cost $110. 10 years from now, the groceries will cost $121.90. And 15 years from now, the groceries will cost $134.59. When purchasing a loan, the loan interest rate when adjusted for inflation is the interest rate minus the inflation rate. If the annual inflation rate is 2% and your mortgage interest rate is 6%, what is your mortgage interest rate when adjusted for inflation? 6% minus 2%, 4%. Loan payments are made with inflated dollars. If your income increases with inflation, your purchasing power remains constant, and the portion of income that goes to the loan payment decreases. Federal income tax deduction for residential mortgage interest lowers your home mortgage rate proportionally. If your annual mortgage interest rate is 5%, a federal tax rate of 20% reduces your mortgage interest rate by 20%, meaning 20% of the mortgage interest you paid is refunded to you. If 20% of the mortgage interest rate is refunded, you are only paying 80% of the rate. 5 times that 80% is 4. Your effective interest rate is 4%. If your mortgage interest rate is 4%, the annual inflation rate is 2%, and your federal income tax rate is 26%, what is your effective mortgage rate? 100 minus that 26 gives us a 74% tax deduction rate. Adjusting for inflation, 4% minus 2%. Now multiply. 74% times 2% is 1.48%. In summary, the loan interest rate and amount of your monthly payments determine the amount you can borrow. Shop for the lowest possible interest rate and pay the maximum amount per month that you can comfortably afford. Loans are paid off with inflated dollars. If your income keeps pace with inflation, the portion of your loan that goes to pay off your loan, the portion of your income that goes to pay off your loan decreases over the life of the loan. Your federal residential mortgage income tax rate reduces your home mortgage interest rate proportionally. That's section 13.4, the advantages of home ownership.